Sedina Tamakloe also be no ko jail. Or your NDC, I don't care. Nobody should be like me NDC, so I have to defend this. Me NDC, no, this is nothing to defend. Mahmoud Bawumia, we need you to come out. Just tell us your opinion about the Kerofuriata thing. The abesi nyina se eya maami na sebio MPP abreso na omosom de ko gina court. Adekodie ntam ko gina court se say time na NDC woso no na sebio oye aban mu nipa nyoma bi efa ni nsem a eye sikasem a NPP aban omadwini mu no omuhu ne se sebio wedi boni etia Ghana causing financial loss to the state. In fact, aban no eye NPP aban Ekufuado da no na Bawumia eye vice president no take decisions because ne nim se Ekufuado ye jimi no. Ye nyina as Ghana for no obia ani obia nkontokwa NPP for etna ase eka omadwiri bom se sa nipa we de e wo se ye bia bibi na ye di please eye den eye omu base. In fact, some person politicizing now because MPP for share that, but Ghana emra or Ghana. And to me, baby, I'm no men can't say, oh, MPP for share that, and for judge be, and for court be, so munjeli mami we. Ya call court, ya the evidence beto, bibia chere se mami we na odifo. Now, mami we na oniwo and assembly see ye, sena or ho crampa, sebio, omo mujine mumano no, assembly send ye call and say, or say, ye niko tu fiase. Na assembly see ye na mami no, o yi trom, ekosha bruchiri. Okosha bruchiri no, and I said you also oba Ghana na obeshe jail na ocha jail term no maami we amba obetita America for a very long time and there a year court wa America say yanko fanemra na sebio court ka say yemfa nko to efiase no e wo say efiase no okoda. Now when you ask me about this issue, I will tell you say this woman needs to come to Ghana and this woman needs to serve her jail term. Sa na de mine. I wouldn't want to see anybody justify say enisa maami we eko jail. And the good thing about all this and then say Ghana for bedroom pempen, so we've all come to that realization, say, when people are given opportunity, they are given the room to serve, or they are given the opportunity to serve, they need to make sure, say, a Juma area shop Monsano, they would stay away from anything that's at the end of the day, a bit to mama copy in jail. So, me, as I sit here, I believe the extradition way is in the right order. This lady has to go back to Ghana. This lady has to be jailed. In fact, ni jail term no air channel. She needs to go back to Ghana and serve her term. In fact, this woman, Odru Ghana, Nase Oko Jela, she has the right to appeal a judgment, you know. So, as a sovereign nation, as a country, Embra Echichriye, a boy on Hobino, I believe say, Samamu Eba Ghana, Embrana Echese, a was Oko de Fiase. Embrana Sasu Echese, Ebia, ye boa the fono, not only ye boa the phone when chi, and I say ye boa the fono, not only one tea, obey to me a contest, and I say obey to me a peely a yedi judgment na judge no, editor ma and the Yakase. Ghana, this is not about NDC, this is not about MPP, this is not about who she is or who she's related to. It's about the law. And where the law is clear, we all have to adhere to the law. We all have to respect the law. Intermediate, I will not sit here and say, oh, this woman, she is an NDC person, and on your position be, if she believes, said, oh, yeah, you know, Sebio, na efakwem, ondi bone, ondi juma, she should be bold enough to return, go to jail, and instruct her lawyers to contest that decision by the judge. Any rational Ghanaian, irrespective of your political affiliation, so your MPP or your NDC communicator na radio so to defend this, then I think you are getting it wrong. Nobody in Ghana should defend these kind of things whereby people at the end of the day almost serve Ghana we are na almost free Ghana na yeah there are some at was I will never support that. Recently we saw Agrada go to jail. She had very good legal team. They were able to assess Agrada's case. They sat down, they did their homework, they went back to court, they made a very organic case. They made a case, Judge Tia Etasum. So even though Agrada was jailed, you know, her legal team were able to do a good job in court. And it's in there, Sebio Agrada is walking free. So if you live in a country where you perceive Mraye Juma, you perceive democracy, no, you're making sure say Ejina and Naswa. These are things you are not supposed to support. When you serve as a civil servant, when you serve any a position as a political appointment, so when you say service now, and I will say we are legitimately, when you are called to come and answer, you should be ready to do that. The idea of running away and hiding in other countries and not coming back, no, it basically give people a idea. Be say we debonne, when him say we debonne in a person. Nobody should be like me NDC, so I have to defend this. Me NDC, no, this is nothing to defend. So we NDC now defend the idea we are, then you have a problem. And I think that this decision by the US court is in the right order. This woman needs to come back home. She needs to go to jail first. because I don't know somebody to jail than it so she needs to come to Ghana. She needs to serve her time. Say 1 day or say 2 days or say 3 days or say 4 years. So if she wants to contest, she has the right to her lawyers. She has the right to the court. Ghana for let's put this kind of silly political argument aside. Adia enye ne enye. Ya besi achichiri man na mommy enye honest about it. Yenim so obia on the political side. As I sit here, I keep telling Ghanaians, there's nothing like neutrality in politics. No, metihai, my job is simple. My job is to make sure I keep the NDC in power for 42 years. That's it. And I'm not going to do that on the idea, say, I will say, be chantro. I will say, idea, enya no kre, no make us say, no kre. And I say, I need to create an impression, say, NDC is filled. And I say, NDC kuno, angels in Guano. No, what is clear is clear. This woman needs to come back home. Or your NDC, I don't care. Jail terminate attorney sono. She needs to come and enter the jail of Ghana. Very, very important. Because, say, these things are nyejuma. It will become difficult in the future to prosecute people. Now, kind of a creative avenue, we say, Bra Ghana, beji political appointment, we are nipano nejani. That is what the NPP they have created. The young NPP, grassroots na omoba apni na edomutrim say yenya tumia ni ewia Ghana ni ewia sikani bia kugwa bruche ni akotena bruche ti se kufuado mo ebusuafo no e de se NPP for no what they do. That is the kind of niche, that is the kind of ideology NPP right now they are rallying around. Sanka NPP honest political party and kende they will be the people leading the charge to bring Oforiatta back home. But because the party from Ekufuado, Bawumia himself, who is basically a liar, and every liar, all we know is say Bible cracker, obia oya truthful, obia oya kromfo. Bawumia being a liar, he would never speak on Oforiatta matter because on himself Oforiatta jania wo dwane no, it is benefiting or helping his political career because on himself Oforiatta ba omo eba say obo be campaign akromfo ni Oforiatta be bo mudin. So you see Bawumia is very, very lip tight when it comes to Ken Oforiatta's matter. Ekufuado nkebi NPP so-called National Executive Councillor and Kokora Mutua Fujene Embrewa Sebio Omonufu Agogo. They are not able to speak on Ken Oforiatta's extradition. We are not supposed to be here talking about extradition. Ken Oforiatta is supposed to be human. The NPP is supposed to be a party filled with human beings. To say we need you back. Come and prove to Ghana for say from Kufuor to Ekufuado to the last messenger in the NPP. The you for. Na ye wia Ghana for ye di tumi mo ye omni tumi ma ye wi omon kwatena brochiri, but they can't do it because the party, the bile party no akuma ne bonyo no party na akuma dan yem no a party a omo ya kromfo party. So why would you give power to such people? Because then they go to Tescon and they go to the communities foolish fools who are following NPP. All my dear nyina say Oforiatta ya ye betuma ye bi, and that is their new slogan. If Oforiatta can do, I can do better. That is the NPP for you. Do not underestimate the NPP. The biggest punishment between the NPP is to prevent them from coming close to power for the next 42 years. Because right now, Omomotoni is simple. So Oforiatta, yeah, and yes, if Oforiatta can do, we can do better. We are going to steal. Bawumia they are sitting on the sidelines. Samira and Akrom for they are sitting on the sidelines. After marking in a view for NPP for right now, can Oforiatta create an impression or party him? And a young MPP patriot or say, media minya to me, maybe yes, because can Oforiatta ye. And these are people you cannot hand power over. Two, in the NPP na so their core principle is say, Mami to me, ye wiawa, ye be jani. Because I was expecting the NPP as a political party, not the code mininis, code minini Jimmy Fono. I was expecting Kufuor. I was expecting a Kufuor. In fact, I was expecting the leader of the party to say, no, Ken Oforiatta, come back home. We are not thieves. May you Samira nya be for on your crom for Yane NPP for Yanya you for come and prove to Ghana. But they are tight when it comes to stuff like that because that is what the party, the principle of the party, is based on those kind of things. And don't let us not get this twisted. This is a very important thing. This woman needs to come back home. This woman needs to come and serve the jail or right to hire lawyers to contest a judgment. Nobody is stopping her from, at the end of the day, contesting and appealing the judgment. We should not create that room for some politicians to think, say, they can come in, steal, and run. No. A typical example is the NPP. And you see the reason why Mahamudu Bawumia is running away from the media. He's running away from conversation because he's scared somebody will ask him, What is your opinion about the Ken Ofori-Attah's extradition? Why don't you appeal to Ken Ofori-Attah to come home immediately to save the NPP, to save you as the leader of the NPP? He does not want to face such a question. And right now, no, Bawumia, why say, Abeifo Kraba, Obdenashe, Impasi. Bawumia says, why say Abeifo Kraba? Because Anajo, and then Omotina Sutu. In terms of the Bawumia Kwashe, Impasi, they are scared because the moment he avails himself for questioning, when people who are rational start to question Bawumia, his political career will end. Into the strategy is keep Bawumia quiet till 2028. You keeping Bawumia quiet till 2027, 28, will not make Bawumia intelligent. It will not clean Bawumia off the criminality or leading spearheaded with 33 policies. That hiding Bawumia from the public will not change our mind to say Bawumia does not support Ken Ofori-Attah living in America after stealing from us. Into the better for you people, and say, bring Bawumia. Bawumia is the leader of the NPP. Not Ekufuado, not Kufuor, not Hakmano Uswajiman, not any of those clowns who cannot make bold decisions and advise the party young people. Bring the leader of the party. So why did you people vote early? I thought you people were going into the election to bring Bawumia out, to be speaking more, to be telling us more, to be out there and us knowing what he thinks. Anyan said that it's him. Moto Obama Bawumia we are madana no Abeifo Kraba de nakoshe them because Bawumia supports the NPP politicians stealing and running away to go hide in exile. Yeah, they are trying. Sedina Tamakloe needs to come home and go to jail. Sedina Tamakloe also be no jail or right to court or right to lawyers. She can follow up the appeals court. And Nitina Mekache Ghana for said the biggest punishment this group of piglets NPP for is to block them from having access or getting access to power. Mahmoud Bawumia, we need you to come out and tell us, just tell us your opinion about the Ken Ofori-Attah thing. Senka Bawumia ni mnyansa na nkonya kromfoa and kenden kwa babontini insist say, I want to fly to America, meet Ken Ofori-Attah and come home with him. But he can't do that because Bawumia ye kromfoa. Bawumia nkano kure. NPP as a political party na omonjene Ghana ho and the young NPP ni bia say, hey, maminko di party ne chie. Tumi ba na menya tumi a mi wie sika dodo na ma yese Ken Ofori-Attah. Every single NPP MP obi abawu so di Bawumia chi oba obembo. The idea is that I can steal and run away. That is why none of them is speaking about Ken Ofori-Attah coming home. Ghana as a nation, we should not now be contemplating going back and forth trying to figure out how to bring Ken Ofori-Attah. Say NPP a party a nyansafoma. They themselves, their leader who is Bawumia, will take the initiative to bring Ken Ofori-Attah home. Now, Ken Ofori-Attah be fie na okojina court na court ka say onwiahwe when it take benefit it is Bawumia because then it paves a way for Bawumia to prove to Ghana for say ono onyewi NPP for onyewi for. But at this point, why do you think Bawumia is not taking charge? It is because Bawumia knows Ken Ofori-Attah is a thief. He knows the NPP is a stealing machine. He knows that when Ken Ofori-Attah comes, his political career will even collapse before he touches down in Ghana. And Nitina Bawumia is not speaking. Yejirem